South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators. Fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again. Magdalene, chauffeured, bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. It's another day, another dollar video, and we got another scary reaction for y'all. This time I'm reacting to scary TikToks that keep me up at night, part 3. I know last time some of y'all was telling me that y'all prefer when I make the video big screen and I make my webcam small. Usually I use my green screen when I do these type of reactions, so I apologize for the last video. I came up with a solution that I'm gonna probably just make my webcam smaller and I'll make the video that I'm reacting to a lot bigger. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop right into this.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew, part 35. This creature is known as a woolly monkey.
I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life.
Selling them illegally, there's only 1,000 of these little guys left in the world.
Aww.
The uncanny valley is a phenomenon in which people become fearful at things that are very close to human, but something isn't quite right. Throughout history, mummies actually
That's
weren't
like bad
rare.
CGI.
That is, until the Victorian British ate so many of them. During the Arctic exploration,
I don't know, bro. I'm sorry, but some of these blood-curling facts, I think we gotta actually do some research on, because I never heard none of these in my life. They ate mummies? Like, what type of shit is that, bro?
one of the scientists was complaining that his shoes were soaking wet. Later, when he took them off, he found this was because his feet were decaying and liquidized with his blood.
Frostbitten?
A man once donated his recently deceased mother's body for scientific research. Later, he discovered that the research facility sold it to the US Army for $5 grand.
I heard that story. That is messed up.
Strapped it to a chair and blew it up with explosives.
But then it's like, why are you donating your mom's body for research anyway? Like, I get it. You're probably doing it for a good reason. Maybe they can use that information to find cures for diseases or stuff like that. But you're donating your mom's body? I don't know, bro. I wouldn't do that. And they just blew it up with dynamite? Messed up.
The terrifying legend of La Cegua. Native to Mexico and Central America, legend has it that if you see a woman on a lonely road at night, donned in a white or black vintage gown, or sometimes nothing at all, stopping to help her could be very dangerous, as it could turn out.
So you mean if you see a woman at night on a road by herself dressed like that, she's not an escort? Okay, I got it.
To be La Cegua. She appears on
That's crazy.
roads at night, luring unfaithful men to their demise.
Unfaithful men. You heard that one, y'all?
Beautiful woman with luscious red lips and long black hair. She'll appear stranded at the side of a desolate road.
Well, what if you just trying to help? If you're a good Samaritan, like, will she still attack you? Because I know the unfaithful guys, they want to holler at her. They see a woman that looks like that, beautiful, but is a demon or something. But he said unfaithful men. So what if you're actually a good dude and you see somebody and you ask, you know, you need help, you need a lift? Like, will she still do something?
She may ask to be led into your vehicle or for you to follow her somewhere.
Oh, hell no.
Once you do this, her beautiful face will disappear and she will show you her true form. She will either have the head of a horse or alternatively the head of a horse's skull. It's said that those who see La Cegua's true form are driven insane. I'm
not gonna lie to you, Mexico got some good urban legends, man. I gotta really dive into more of those urban legends from Mexico. They got some good ones, man. La Llorona. You ever seen that movie? That was a pretty good movie too.
That is, if La Cegua doesn't devour them right then and there.
What is it about Mexico with all these crazy freaking
True
urban
scary
legends?
In 60 seconds or less. This story comes in from a man named Nate Daniels about his honeymoon. While this couple was out vacationing in Maui, they ended up going hiking in the bamboo forest. But when they heard running water, they thought there could be a waterfall nearby, so they ended up venturing off the trail. There was a waterfall that they found, and it was beautiful, so they ended up going for a swim.
They ain't never come out of it.
Something felt very off, and his wife shrieked. Near the woods was a bearded man who sat watching them just outside of the water. The husband called out to him, and the man said that he was just looking for his dog, but the couple felt uncomfortable, so they got out and went back for the trail. But they had ventured too far from that trail. They were lost, they had no cell service, and it was getting dark, and they started to panic. but then suddenly heard something behind them, so the wife pulled out her flashlight and shined it in that direction.
The man.
She revealed the bearded man standing there, holding an axe. They darted through the woods and eventually made it out to the main road, having narrowly escaped whoever that man was.
That's a true story? I don't know.
These are 8 horrifying facts.
Need some
that
more
will probably
information.
keep you up at night. When Apollo 11 landed, it only had 20 seconds of remaining fuel. 4 months ago, a deceased rapper by the name Gunu had his corpse on stage while
I remember that story about the rapper. He died, well, he got killed, and then they put his body in the club or something. Yo, these new practices, like when people die and then they'll have the body in the living room like he's still alive, like it's just so weird to me, and I always felt like it was in bad taste. Like if somebody dies, just do the proper funeral rites and bury them. Like why you gotta take them on a club with you like a corpse, bro? I ain't never liked that one.
fans were partying around his body. The average person wastes 5 months of their lives waiting for red lights to turn green.
That's
Cruise
crazy.
ships have morgues, just in case someone, during the trip.
Cruise ships have morgues? Damn, I ain't never know that.
If you have red eyes after swimming, it's not from chlorine. It's from the chlorine mixing with other people's urine. The furthest
Is
part
that
of the
true?
ocean from land is Point Nemo. If you get stuck there, you're not coming back. Sunburn are your cells dying to avoid being cancerous. Most laugh tracks and shows are people from the 50s, which means you're hearing the laughter of dead people. Yeah,
That's not necessarily true. They could still be alive if they wasn't born in the, well, in the 50s, if you was at the show as an audience, you're probably a little bit older. But there's people that probably still alive from the 50s, bro.
there's a lot more, like for part 14.
Okay, what's up, y'all? So I just heard some really trippy news about this whole Ukraine-Russia war. So a Russian parliamentary committee claims that Ukraine is using labs provided by the United States of America to create superhuman soldiers, like some mutants. But Russian propaganda has been pushing this story for years. According to Irina Yarovaya, performance in
If that's true, if Russia was actually saying that, which I don't know if that's true, I mean, who's to say that they don't have the same thing, bro? They got mutant X soldiers. What are you talking about, fam?
enhancing drugs given in order to completely neutralize the last traces of human consciousness and turn them into the most cruel and deadly monsters.
So basically, robots that are human.
The committee was formed to investigate this conspiracy. And so, according to Ned Price, the Kremlin is intentionally spreading outright lies that the United States and Ukraine are conducting chemical and biological activities. The committee now has proof to back their wild claims.
What I would say though, bro, everything that we know that's going on in this world, I wouldn't put it past the United States. I wouldn't put it past Ukraine. I wouldn't put it past Russia or any other country. Like, they are known for using people as experiments and doing all types of crazy shit. I believe anything is possible, so gotta stay open-minded to it. Like, we know that they have in the past did experiments on the people without the people even knowing. Everything could be a psychological test nowadays. You don't even know. There's a lot of crazy, dark stuff that is happening in the background that a lot of people are not paying attention to, or they're not even awake to see the background, the shit that's happening in the background.
And the proof of blood samples taken from Ukrainian prisoners of war. Apparently, these samples showed a range of disease, meaning they must be superhumans created in a government lab, obviously, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know.
Yeah, I don't know where you heard that from, but hey,
Do you know
Spread the
people who
information.
stay up late and get up late are more likely to become psychopaths? Hello, and here's some creepy facts. Most laugh tracks and shows are from people in the 50s, which
Just heard
means you're
that.
hearing the laughter of dead people. If you
Heard
wake
that.
up between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. for no apparent reason, there's a 90% chance something was staring at you. Lack of
The waking up in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., is more demonic attacks or some shit like that. That's what I believe.
sleep will shrink your brain. 70% of your dreams contain hidden meanings. On average,
And the reason why people wake up, the significance of 3 a.m. is because the devil likes to mock God, and Jesus was crucified at 3 p.m. So everything God does, the devil does the opposite. So 3 p.m. is the time Jesus was crucified, but 3 a.m. is the time where a lot of demonic activities and witches and warlocks are doing these rituals and stuff like that. Look it up. That's just not an opinion. That's even if you don't believe in that stuff, a lot of people say that's what they do on those hours.
Average people escape death about 6 times through their life without knowing it.
Wow.
We're always 6 minutes away from death, but breathing resets the clock. Your body is the weakest between 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. as this is the time most people die in their sleep. If you shiver for no reason, then it means a spirit is passing near you. Heartbreak is a real thing known as broken heart syndrome, and the symptoms are similar to a heart attack. Your phone has a very tiny camera that watches your every move. Every time you sneeze, you skip a heartbeat.
I know about the sneezing one too. I heard something that if you sneeze so hard, you could like stop your heart or some crazy shit.
Disturbing things that you should never look up on Google. Part 2. Bianca Devins was a 17-year-old from New York known for posting e-girl content to her Instagram. In April 2019, one of her followers, 21-year-old Brandon Clark, DM'd her, sparking a romantic relationship between the two. A few months later, Bianca, Brandon, and another friend of theirs named Alex attended a concert together in the Bronx. Sometime during the concert, Brandon caught Bianca kissing Alex, which led to an argument on the car ride home. Brandon eventually began assaulting her and slicing her neck with a knife that he'd hid under his seat. He then got into Bianca's phone and posted several gruesome images of her corpse on her Instagram story and released a video of the murder as well. He then posted the following picture to her page.
Dude, it was crazy.
He was going to take his own life. However, police were notified before he could do so, and Brandon was taken into custody and sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Bianca Devins.
That's a sad story, man. That was a pretty girl too, man. I mean, it's messed up, but I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of Bianca Devins out there that you don't hear about. So it's just messed up. It's sad. She's a pretty girl. She's from New York. Damn, bro. I mean, why you was kissing your boyfriend's friend though? Not that she deserves to die because of that, but I mean, you know, that would cause an issue with anybody. Anybody would be upset.
Can you do the Babadook? Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only.
I haven't even finished watching that movie. The Babadook?
The Babadook is a demonic creature that first made its appearance in a movie, simply called The Babadook. I remember when this movie first came out because I was in high school. Did it scare me?
If y'all seen the movie The Babadook, should I watch it? Like, I tried to get into it, but I didn't finish it because it wasn't really like scary to me. So, but if you guys recommend it, maybe I'll finish it.
I mean, no, because I don't get scared, but it was very creepy nonetheless. It's rumored that if you read the pages of this book aloud, you are summoning Babadook. This book starts out seeming like any other children's pop-up book, but as you continue through the pages, it becomes more sinister. See him in your room at night and you won't sleep a wink. And then it shows an image of the Babadook terrorizing a child in bed, saying, "Let me."
This can't be a real book, right? Because if that's a real children's book, bro, whoever wrote that, bro, is demented. They need to do some psychological studies on that person. Like who, and I know it's not the first time. There's a bunch of books that are children books where you read these books and you'd be like, how on earth are these books for children? Like it's demonic stuff in it, kids being attacked, all types of shit. Like I don't get it.
Me in. It's said that the Babadook has the ability to shapeshift, oftentimes taking form as a demonic humanoid like this. With sunken eyes and an inhuman grin. If you want a part 2 talking about what to do if you encounter a Babadook, interact with this post.
I don't know about a Babadook, but I want to encounter you, shorty.
What to do if you encounter the Babadook. The Babadook is a demonic creature which takes on the appearance of a humanoid man with sunken eyes, an inhuman smile, and razor-sharp knife-like claws. In my last video, I talked about how you summon him, but he is somebody that you don't want to summon, so how do you get rid of him? Like many negative entities, Babadook feeds off of your fears and insecurities, and if you're scared of him, it only makes him stronger.
Like Freddy Krueger.
The Babadook, you must reduce him down to almost nothing, spew insults at him, make him feel insecure, and assert your dominance. Let him know that he is
all you gotta say, bro,
your space.
in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you depart from me.
So that you can lock him in your basement and feed him worms. If you want to shop my merch,
your merch is creepy, shorty. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
The urban legend of
the Mothman.
The Mothman Prophecies was a good movie.
Unexplained creature with large red eyes and large wings like a moth.
It was first sighted in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and was made famous by the 2002 movie The Mothman Prophecies and has appeared before major world disasters.
The creature often
I would assume, like, if that's a legit if that's a legit being, it gotta be a demon or fallen angel or some shit.
appears to have no head, with red eyes set into its chest. It has been photographed and been seen by eyewitnesses and has chased and harassed a number of people.
The first sighting of Mothman was in November 1966 in Point Pleasant, Virginia. Two newlywed couples were driving together on Route 62
They had
when
a car
saw dark
accident after,
figure
huh?
on a hillside up ahead.
It was almost 7 feet tall, and it had red eyes and large black wings folded behind its back.
As they watched, it spread its wings and flew into the air. They sped off, but the dark figure followed them, even though they were driving at over 100 miles per hour.
Later that night, a man was at home watching TV when the screen suddenly went dark and was filled with a weird pattern. Just then, he heard a loud, high-pitched whining noise coming from outside his house.
When he went out to see what it was, he saw two large red eyes staring at him from the darkness. His dog took off after it and never came back. That night, the man was so scared he slept with a gun next to his bed.
Damn, you
News
left
of
your
the
dog
strange
behind? You ain't
sightings
even go
spread
get
around
him?
the world, and newspapers nicknamed the creature Mothman. Between 1966 and 1967, over 100 people saw the mysterious Mothman.
I gotta
On
look that
December
up, bro.
15, 1967, a major disaster hit the town of Point Pleasant. when
Definitely
the
gotta do
Silver
some
Bridge
Google on that
collapsed
shit.
During rush hour traffic.
The cars plunged into the dark waters of the Ohio River and 46 people were killed in the accident. That night, eerie lights were seen in the sky all over Point Pleasant.
The Mothman was never seen again after the bridge collapsed. Many people believe that Mothman had something to do with the disaster.
Mothman has also been sighted just before other world tragedies,
Shit giving me some Jeepers Creepers vibes, bro. I don't know.
such as the tsunami in India, Chernobyl in Russia, the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and September the 11th in New York.
In 2000, the story was made into a movie, The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere and Laura Linney. The paranormal reality TV show Paranormal State investigated the Mothman mystery in 2008.
All right, man, that was a good one. I was very interested about the Mothman. I believe that one is more legitimate than the Babadook. I don't know too much about the Babadook. I only knew about it from the movie, so I assumed that was just something that was made for movies. But the Mothman, I remember seeing that movie a long time ago, the one with Richard Gere. I was also thinking about the Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher, but that's a different one. The Mothman Prophecies, though, I gotta definitely do some more research on that because that's interesting to me. And listen, man, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, so I know that there's demonic creatures out there that some of us can't see and some of us can see. You know, it depends how sensitive you are to that type of energy. But, you know, if that's real, I could explain it as being either a demonic creature, a fallen angel, you know, Nephilim, who knows? But if all these terms I just said are like confusing to you, then just do some research on it, man. Anyway, we got some more of these coming, so stay tuned, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, we off this.
For my time goes by, they gon' raise a nigga jersey in the sky. Treat a nigga right, big dreaming on my life. Shorty wanna get some air, I go and get her when I fly. Taking off on these niggas, I retire. The minute I catch fire, I smoked them all before, just revisiting the high.